and everybody was like tuned in. It was if you cut and paste everything and put it in single spaced, it will end up being 19 pages. So it was really, everybody was glued to it. Everyone was stuck at home. I think I remember it was 2:30 in the morning for me. Maybe I was watching Tiger King or something, but I just paused it and I'm like, wow, this is more interesting than Tiger King. And yeah, so it's suddenly like the next day, I was talking to some of my colleagues, and we're like, let's do this. Let's make this into a movie.
So you actually talked to the actual persons that were involved with this?
Yes, I did. In fact, the when most of the film was built around the victim's story, basically the Jansen of the story. We would send her versions, and she would be like, "Wow, it's like it's so true to life. Like you're triggering your memories." And we had her on board, I think, for most of the script writing, actually. And we'd consult, and I text her often and to ask questions. And it wasn't until maybe a few days before shooting that I got to finally talk to the I guess the perpetrator. And that, I mean, by that point, of course, it was too late to change anything script wise, but it was very interesting, the way that informed the performance of Maris, I guess, as being.
Okay. So now we also have Royce Cabrera with us, who just arrived, the protagonist of the movie. How are you, Royce?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. I will have to ask you the same question I already did Quark. And have you ever been catfished?
Oh, as far as I remember, no, I think I've been very yeah. I was like what do you call this?
Ghosted, maybe?
No, like I forgot the words. Like it's in my tongue. But well, anyway, I didn't experience catfish.
Okay.
He was a catfish.
Yeah. I was the catfisher.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And tell me a bit about your character. What drew you to this specific part? How would you describe your character and what drew you in the role?
Well, I'm playing the role of Theo Dennis, because we have a two name in this movie, and Theo wants to be a artist, like a famous artist. So he's gonna do everything. And he's gonna take every risk to become his dream, become reality. So it's like um he met this girl named Sam in the movie, and it's like he was being taken advantage, and like he's being used because of his dreams. So Theo become like cool and like always following the instruction of his Sam, even like in a bad way. So all in all, like Theo becoming a fool is just to follow his dreams.
But would you say in the end he's a victim or a perpetrator more?
On my opinion, this is hard now. Like I can tell if he's a victim. Like, but for me, he's kind of like 50-50. I think, or like 80-20, because first of all, he didn't want to do the catfishing. I mean, he was just following the instruction of this sociopath Sam, because he thinks when he follow all of the instructions held to him, one day he's gonna be like a famous artist. Because Sam promised Theo, if he follows her, he's gonna make everything becomes reality. So in some way, maybe for his dreams, for his own career, he's doing this even though he knows it's kind of bad some way just to make his dream come true. So kind of like that. So, yeah,
Hmm.
I hope I explained it clearly.
Uh-huh. But let's say if you met him in real life, would you hang out with him? A guy like that?
Oh no. Like maybe at first because I don't know that um he's doing that kind of thing, but when I suddenly know he's doing that, maybe no. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, okay. And Quark, tell me a bit about the character of Beanie, because I think this is one of the worst villains in history. She has no redemptive qualities. She's just evil, right? I don't know. How do you feel about her?
No, absolutely, I agree. I think we were talking a while ago about me meeting um, the real villain in real life. And when we wrote her, me and the co-writer John Badia, we really wrote her as a bit of a bully, right? Like she'd push people around. She'd always pick on Theo. She'd just really be the most try hard bully type person. But when I met the real person, she was super charming. She was super self-deprecating. She would laugh at herself. She would she would call me direct, which is like kind of like an honorific for directors. Like I'm considering she's a director as well. So I was like, wow, okay, no wonder she got away with convincing all these people to be with her, to join this con with her, because she's so charismatic. And so I think that was a big um, the big change that we made after meeting the person Beanie was based on. Where okay, well, she was playful, and I remember Royce. We did this uh, kind of like actors workshop, and it was and one of the challenges we gave Maris, who played Beanie, is like, okay, insult every person in the room, and she was like savage. She was basically, but you couldn't get mad at her because she was like smiling, and she was playful, and she was like, yeah, she's just like she looks like a kid. She looks like a little girl. So she looks very young. So impish even. So um, that's when I guess those two things were what made us realize, oh, Beanie has to be this like almost charming person that you kind of even root for at certain points of the film, and then you just have to like what we want is just you to realize, suddenly catch yourself and think, oh my god, I'm being horrible. Like why am I rooting for this girl, right? Like, so that's what we wanted the audience to experience during the film.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I think there is a very strong critique about social media there, how they are implemented at least. So I wanted to ask, what is your opinion about social media in general? Is it like, I don't know, something good or something bad? Evil or good? I don't know.
What do you think, Royce? What's your
I mean, for me, it has pros and cons. Like making new development and making like futuristic in some way have pros and cons. So well, basically we can connect to each other even though I'm here, you're there. I mean, like this is what helped us. Like it's part of the social media thing. But the bad side of it for me is like people use it in a bad way. Like for example, in our movie Catfishing, like people discovering they're having like a bad habit and bad thing. They discovering and they're doing it, and also it affects other people. Like for example, you're being positive for this day, and then suddenly when you surf the social media, you see so many negativity, toxic, and then you adapting that aura. You're getting that negative vibe. So yeah, for me it's like yeah, pros and cons.
Mm-hmm,
So there's a
yeah?
good way, and also there's a bad thing.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah, Joy
agree.
Quark.
No, I think definitely like at first it was very rah rah and empowering, and you can share your thoughts, and like Twitter is, I think as time went on, then you suddenly saw the shift and how dangerous it was. I think Twitter, especially, and then also I guess the effect of it on people, like they had to suddenly show off this life that wasn't necessarily the life they were leading, right? And I think all three characters, nobody is exempt, were kind of telling their own story, and not everyone was telling the truth, right? They were um, kind of projecting what people wanted, what they wanted people to believe they were. So yeah, I think that's kind of what we saw also in the threads and in the social media posts of these people, and in the end also, like I guess so many of us, whether Gen Z or Gen X or millennials or whatever.
Okay. But there are no movies about the benefits of social media, are there?
Yeah, I don't think there are. I was gonna say the social network, maybe they became billionaires, but no, they all lost friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And tell me a bit about how did the casting work for the movie? How did you came up with the particular actors?
We had a lot of them. Reed Royce was someone who wasn't even on my radar, and then a lot of the crew was really like rooting for him, and kind of like pushing him. And I remember we went through a lot of like big names for the Dennis Theo role, but when Royce read, I was like, yeah, this is the guy. Um, and same with, and then EJ, funnily enough, I'd worked with her when in my very first job when I was a production assistant, and she was like a child, um, she was a child talent in the movie I was doing, and then it was my job to kind of like take care of the kids, the little kids. And I had not remembered her because now she's in her 20s. But when she read, she was really very, very Jansen. And Maris kind of blew us away also. Like Maris was again someone I was not top of mind in the sense that Maris is always like this very tweetums rom-com type actress. And so, and then we did approach a bunch of people, but Maris, you could feel really wanted it. And she kind of like, wow, like the I remember that workshop where she just killed everyone, including me. So and that's when I knew, okay, yeah, this is Beanie.
And I guess this is a question for both. Can you tell me a bit about the sex scene? Was it difficult to shoot, or how did you approach it?
Well, honestly, not for me because I didn't direct it. So it was
Yeah,
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 go
that's
Royce.
that's a direct rod. Yeah. Well, for me as an actor, it's part of your job. So be- at the start, before even say yes to that project, before even you sign to this script, to this material, I mean, you already know what the whole story will tackle about, or what the scene will go through. So at first, I know that there will be a sex scene, and it's fine. It's good. It's good on me. I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm an actor. That's part of my job, and also it's also a part of the story. It's not like direct. Just put it there, do sex. It's just like that. It came from somewhere. It came from a scene that ends to that scene, that ends to that love scene, sex scene. So, and it was taken beautifully. Not like you're watching a kind of yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
But yeah,
crude
but
or
oh
anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. So it's attacked beautifully, cinematically, artsy. So that's why I'm happy. And it when I saw the preview, like a mini preview of that scene, and like it kind of slow mo, 60 frames, so it's like beautiful. So yeah, that's my opinion about that.
Mhm. Quark?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think you and EJ were friends from before, no?
yeah,
So
oh
I
yeah, yeah,
remember they were
Ah,
joking
right, right,
around.
yeah,
They were joking around before the love scene.
yeah,
um, but yeah, I mean, I directed many a love
mm,
scene
mm,
before, but I think this is very sensitive, and I think it had to really be
mm,
authentic. So EJ's manager, who's also director, and is also trans, was the one who directed that scene. So
oh, really?
yeah, so Rod, thank you, Rod.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
and
Yeah, well,
so
I'm
like
gonna
really,
add lang
sorry.
for, kasi I remember, it's different if you have sex with the trans and with the straight.
Mm.
So it's different. I remember, I remember Direct Rod and EJ teaching me how to, to do it, to make out with the trans.
Mm.
Mm.
So I also learned something from them. I just remember it.
Okay. So now
Mm.
you know for future reference, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And Quark, can you tell me a bit about the cinematography in the film in general, what you wanted to do in the visual aspect of the movie?
Well, yeah, no, that's a good question because like the original cut was more like Rashomon. It was like Jansen's story and then Dennis's story
Ah,
and then Beanie's story. So we actually shot the three very differently. We wanted to shoot Jansen like a rom com. Then we wanted to shoot Theo like it was like a independent Filipino independent third world film, like handheld, a lot of like grainy, gritty, and then kind of like Beanie was more of like a heights suspense thriller. So I think you can kind of see a lot of that in the cinematography because by the time I think we decided to recut it, it had already been graded, so we couldn't really kind of like correct it in the sense that it would look like one film. But I think it's fine. I think you kind of see the original intent, I guess, in the new cut. But yeah, that's pretty much. And when I think for Beanie especially, we just really wanted weird angles where something was wrong and like right, like the framing is off or like you can't see all of her, and so that was something that we did with a first time cinematographer actually. This Tristan Salas's first film. He came from commercials, but he really came from a love of independent films, and so we wanted to basically break him in to movie making, and then also same with the production designer who's a really big TV commercial PD, but she did so well, like Adelina do. So yeah.
mhm, mhm. And this Rashomon approach you mentioned is the reason why you had these interviews in the film. That's where you were aiming for. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a longer film. It was like 2 hours. This one's like not even 1 hour and a half. So
Mhm, mhm, mhm. And were the actors, okay, Royce is here, comfortable with this approach, this different approach? Because part of the film that you have to act, and then the other part is like you're just talking to a camera, like an interview, like now, let's say. So, was it easy for you or difficult to change this approach, how you act?
Um, for me, like the direct works there, the production is there. So when there's time, like I'm getting it's hard for me to do that scene. They're always there to guide me. So well, all in all, actors encounter different approaches. So it's like it depends on you on how you were gonna do it. So before the movie start, the shooting start, um, uh, research, do your assignment. So when you're there, even though it's kind of hard, so it will become easy for you. And yeah, the director is there, like direct work, very approachable director. like a chill director, like so happy going. It's like we're doing it this project. So it's gonna like some of the part of it's gonna going easier.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
And so, in the end, are you happy with your performance?
You know, he hasn't seen the film, by the way.
Yeah,
We're
Ah, you
watching it
haven't
tonight.
seen
yeah.
the
This
film.
First time,
this is the
right?
first time. This is the first time I'm gonna see the film.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
super excited
look,
for you.
look how ready I am. I mean, I'm right here right now. At the
Okay,
end.
okay. All right, all right. And tell me a bit about what is the situation with the Filipino industry at the moment. Maybe you can both tell me the director side and the actor side, let's say. Quark, you can
Oh,
start.
no direct, no
Um,
direct.
yeah, no, it's a. I'll be very honest. It's kind of bleak. I think especially for movies. Most countries have bounced back from the pandemic. In terms of theater attendance, the Philippines is not. So, probably aside from a few kind of like outliers, maybe like 3 or 4 films, maybe the past 2 years that have done really well. One of which was a pro administration film, so we're not sure if the box office receipts were kind of like accurate for that. But in essence, like most people don't really go to the movies anymore, and so what happens is that for studios to recoup, sometimes they sell directly to streamers, and so that's the way it's been as of late. But I'm really hoping this hasn't been released in the Philippines yet. I'm really hoping for a theatrical. I think it would be very interesting to have groups of people see it together. But yeah, we keep fighting, I guess.
Okay, okay. Royce, how is it about to be an actor in the Filipino movie industry at the moment?
Yeah. Well, I agree with direct part. It's all about how the movie industry is going now. Like as an actor, we all affected for in what's happening in the movie industry. Like for me as an actor, it's kind of hard to get a job right now because there's so first of all, most of the people are like into social media streaming for the blogger, for the influencer. So like before, you're gonna compete with your own industry, but 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 right now, but right now it's like you're gonna be competing with everyone. So it's like it's depending on your profile, on your followers, or how influenced you are in the industry. It's not matter anymore if how good you are or how dedicated you are in doing that this kind of project, this kind of role. So maybe as an actor, that's the problem I'm seeing right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So like I mean I gotta be fair. I want to be fair with this. I mean all of us, everyone wants a job, wants to do this kind of stuff, having dream to be seen a big screen, like to be seen on TV. But um for me, I mean up I look up to the actors like in the Hollywood, the Cannes, Sundance of how serious they are, how passionate they are, how they bring out their acting from the bottom deep of their heart, how they're seriously doing their job. So also to be fair, I mean I just really want that kind of actor to be noticed, not just on how he's been doing in the social media industry.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
I
That's
understand.
that's it. It's
Mm-hmm.
become heavy. So sorry, it's kind of heavy.
Oh no, why not? Why not? It's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Quark, tell me, but you said
Yeah.
the movie has not opened in Philippines yet, but are there plans for it to this for distribution yet, or?
It's closing. It's a closing film for Cinemalaya, which is the, I guess, like the big independent film festival and that's in a few weeks. It's in maybe 3 weeks. So yeah, Royce, that's
Yeah.
super fun, super exciting. That's the best place actually for makes us so happy that we're premiering there. That's really what we were hoping for. And then after that, we shall see where it goes. I know the executive producers, the studios talking to distributors, etc. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Okay. And last question, I guess, for both future projects, what are you working on next after this?
Go, Royce.
So, you have a new project, right, Quark? So I'm available. I mean, you can contact
I'm
me.
writing it.
Yo, we're in the New York, same right now. I mean, we can talk about it. Just kidding. Hopefully I can work with Derek Clark again because he's very cool director. Like, and his story is nice. Out of the box. So hopefully I can work with you. But right now, I'll be doing a new series. At my network, German network, one of the um, main network in the Philippines. So yeah.
Quark, you any new projects?
I am contractually obligated to not make any more films in the near future. Actually, I work for Amazon now, basically.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So I can't, I can't work on movie. I can't direct or write, but what I tell myself is, I'll keep writing and maybe eventually find the time to work on those or do well in my job and let them allow me to kind of work on something and then go on a sabbatical or something. So
Okay.
yeah.
So in with Amazon, you have a contract for TV series or what?
No, I'm basically like the head of originals for Philippines. So
Ah,
I'm
really?
yeah. I become the suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So so I moved to Singapore. I live in Singapore now. Kind of like it's a different world for me. But
Yeah.
I was really happy. That's why I'm so happy. We get to do these screenings. Kind of just reminds me who I really am at heart, and kind of like gives me the I guess encouragement to maybe keep making or work on something that'll eventually get shot again.
Okay. Well, that's good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. Thank you,
thank you,
Panos.
thank you.
Okay. And good luck with
Thank
the
you, sir.
film. I hope you like your performance, Royce, now that you could watch
Yeah.
the film.
I hope
I
so
was
too,
so
Royce.
excited. Nervous and excited. The first time gonna do it.
Okay, good. And good luck moving forward. Have a nice day and bye.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
thank you, thank you,
I'll see you in a
thank you.
bit, Royce. I'm gonna go
See
there.
you,
Huh?
see you, see you, Greg. See you.